Alright, if you're looking for survival games that actually hit different in VR, you're in the right place. In this video, we're counting down the top 10 survival VR games to play in 2026. From intense jungle realism and brutal scavenging runs to co-op zombie chaos and roguelite dungeon survival that keeps you sweating. These picks are all about immersion, real tension, and that feeling of one mistake and it's over. So whether you're on PlayStation VR2, MetaQuest, or PC VR, grab your gear, stay sharp, and let's jump into the list. Survival Nation is the kind of VR zombie survival game that makes you feel like you're actually out there, scavenging for your life. You start with almost nothing, and that's the point. Every trip into the streets is a risk. You'll search abandoned areas for food, meds, ammo, and crafting parts, then bring everything back to stay alive and upgrade your loadout. What makes Survival Nation stand out is the balance between survival systems and real combat. You're not just shooting zombies, you're managing resources, planning routes, and deciding when it's smarter to run instead of fight. The world pushes you to keep moving, but it also rewards careful players who loot efficiently and don't panic under pressure. And if you like teamwork, the co-op side is where the game gets really fun. Because surviving a bad situation with friends feels intense in VR. If you want a survival game with real tension, real looting, and that constant one more run feeling, Survival Nation absolutely deserves a spot on your list. After the Fall is a co-op VR survival shooter that feels like stepping straight into a frozen apocalypse. You and your squad drop into ruined city streets, clear wave after wave of snowbreed, and fight your way through tight corridors where being surrounded happens fast. The best part is how satisfying the gunplay feels in VR. Reloading under pressure, swapping weapons, and covering your teammates when things go wrong. Between runs, you upgrade your gear, unlock new weapons, and build a stronger loadout, so every mission feels like progress. It's not a slow, craft and chill survival game. It's action survival, survive the run, grab the loot, and make it out alive. If you want a VR co-op game that's intense, replayable, and perfect for chaotic squad moments, After the Fall is an easy pick. Into the Radius is one of the most intense survival VR experiences you can play, because it doesn't just throw enemies at you, it makes you live inside a dangerous zone. You enter the Radius to scavenge artifacts, collect loot, and complete missions, but every step feels risky. Ammo is limited, your gear can degrade, and even simple tasks like loading magazines or cleaning a weapon suddenly matter in a way flat games can't match. What really sells it is the atmosphere. The world is silent, weird, and unpredictable, and that constant tension makes you double-check corners, listen carefully, and plan your escape route before you even start looting. You'll manage your backpack like it's real survival, deciding what to carry, what to leave behind, and how much weight you can risk. And when things go wrong, panic is your enemy, because reloading in VR under pressure feels real. If you want a survival game where preparation, nerves, and smart decisions matter as much as aim, Into the Radius absolutely belongs in your top list. Serve 1v3 is a brutal VR zombie survival experience that focuses on one thing: staying alive when everything is falling apart. From the first minutes, it pushes you into tense streets and dark interiors where resources actually matter. You're constantly scavenging for ammo, health supplies, and useful gear, and the pressure hits harder in VR because every reload, every weapon swap, and every mistake feels personal. What I love about Serve 1v3 is how it balances action with real survival pacing. You can't just run and spray forever. You have to check corners, pick fights carefully, and decide when it's smarter to back up, reset, and survive the next wave. The game also shines with co-op, because moving as a team, sharing supplies, and covering each other turns chaotic moments into real we-made-it victories. And when a horde breaks through and you're trying to reload while stepping back, that's pure VR adrenaline. If you want a survival shooter that feels intense, gritty, and rewarding, Serve 1v3 is a strong pick for your list. Song in the Smoke, Rekindled is pure survival in VR. No shortcuts. You're dropped into a wild prehistoric world where you have to hunt, craft, and protect yourself every single day. You'll build tools by hand, gather plants, cook food, and manage your health like a real survivor, because ignoring injuries, hunger, or cold can end a run fast. What makes it special is how physical everything feels in VR. Lighting fires, crafting weapons, and fighting off predators up close. And the world keeps pushing you forward with new biomes and tougher threats, so you're always adapting. If you want a survival VR game that feels authentic, challenging, and incredibly immersive, Song in the Smoke Rekindled is an easy recommendation. No Man's Sky VR turns survival into a massive sci-fi adventure. You land on unknown planets, scan wildlife, mine resources, and manage oxygen and hazard protection while you build upgrades to survive harsher worlds. Then you take off, fly your ship in VR, and hop to the next system for even better loot and base locations. If you want endless exploration with real survival systems, this is it. Medieval Dynasty New Settlement is a survival builder in VR where you don't just stay alive, you build a life. You start with simple tools, gather wood and food, and craft what you need to survive the days in colder seasons. Then the game opens up into village building, placing houses, workshops, and managing production so your settlement can grow. In VR, chopping trees, crafting, and building feels hands-on, and the slow progress is super satisfying. If you want survival with a cozy medieval community vibe, this one is a great pick. Ancient Dungeon VR is a survival roguelite that turns every dungeon run into a real test of nerves, reflexes, and smart decisions. You drop into a voxel-style dungeon that's different every time, and the goal is simple. Go deeper, get stronger, and don't die. But in VR, even basic survival moments feel intense, because you're physically dodging attacks, swinging weapons, and reacting fast when enemies rush you from different angles. What makes the game addictive is the loop. You loot weapons and items, find upgrades, and build a run that can either feel unstoppable or collapse in seconds if you get careless. The pacing is also great. It's easy to jump in for a quick run, but you always end up saying one more floor. And if you play co-op, it becomes even better, because coordinating fights and saving each other in clutch moments feels amazing in VR. If you want a dungeon survival game that's replayable, skill-based, and genuinely fun every time you load in, Ancient Dungeon VR absolutely deserves a spot on your list. Green Hell VR is one of the most authentic survival experiences you can get in virtual reality, because it doesn't try to be nice to you. You're alone in the Amazon rainforest, and everything is a threat. Hunger, thirst, infections, parasites, poisonous plants, even a small cut can become a serious problem if you ignore it. What makes Green Hell VR special is how hands-on it feels. You craft tools with your own movements, build shelters, start fires, and manage your backpack like it's real gear you're carrying. And the survival systems go deep. You're not just looking for food, you're thinking about nutrition, clean water, and how to treat injuries before they spiral out of control. The jungle atmosphere is also incredible in VR. You hear animals in the distance, you get lost easily, and at night, the fear of not being prepared hits hard. On top of that, co-op can turn it into a totally different experience. Because working together to build a base and survive long enough to explore deeper feels like a real expedition. If you want a survival VR game that's intense, realistic, and truly immersive, Green Hell VR is a must-play. Bootstrap Island is pure island survival in VR, and it nails that feeling of being stranded with nothing but your hands and your instincts. You wake up on a tropical island with limited supplies, and from that moment, it becomes a constant loop of searching, crafting, and staying alive. You'll gather wood, stones, and plants, make tools step by step, and slowly build the kind of setup that keeps you safe when things get rough. What makes it special is how physical everything feels. In VR, crafting and survival tasks aren't just menu clicks. You're actually doing the work, managing your inventory, and thinking about what you need before the sun goes down. The island itself is beautiful, but it's not friendly. Weather, hunger, and unexpected danger can turn a calm day into a problem fast. And that's where the game's tension comes from. Every decision matters. Do you explore farther for better resources, or play it safe and strengthen your camp first? And because the world is designed around immersion, even small moments like finding clean water or getting a fire going feel like real wins. If you want a survival VR game that's all about crafting, planning, and that I'm actually stranded vibe, Bootstrap Island is an easy top pick.